All right, guys, welcome. We are here live watching AEW's Spring Break. This should be a good event. Obviously, the match card looks pretty loaded up right here, so I'm excited about this. And the first match has already begun. Let's see how this goes down, but good to see everybody. Welcome, guys. All right. Let's see, 1 second. All right, so we are here now.
Several years ago, and has worn the headgear ever since. Like smart wrestling on his part.
Yes, I think you're right. I would love it if you got your tongue amputated.
That'd be fantastic. Did anybody just catch Will Ospreay almost avoiding the tag? Did you pick up on that?
It seemed certainly like some hesitancy on behalf of Ospreay. Too much in
By the way, Josh Alexander right now getting a beating at the hands of Ospreay. Alexander is such a great addition to the AEW roster. I've been wanting this guy to actually join the company ever since the time I actually saw him, become world champion over at Impact Wrestling, and I'm glad that he's finally here. And I think he's only going to get better and better. Of course, right now, hanging out with the best that AEW has to offer. Hangman Page, Will Ospreay doesn't get any better than that. We got Andy here. Good to see you, Andy. Welcome. Great seeing you. And Josh Alexander right now with Ospreay up on his shoulders. Wow. Look at that.
Here's the deal, too. I'll tell you what the deal is right now. Once they're done beating up Ospreay, these two, Ospreay and Hangman, are great individual wrestlers.
That's right. There's going to be a lot of action here tonight, Andy. Very excited about it. But, the one match that I'm looking forward to the most, of course, Toni Storm. And the reason is Toni Storm herself. She's fantastic. So looking forward to that match very eagerly. Then, of course, you've got that steel cage match. That is quite exciting. John Moxley is going to be in action against Samoa Joe for the title, for the world title. So that's something else to look forward to. What's good, my brother Broman? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Great seeing you once again. And we're watching AEW tonight. So let's see how this goes down. We have a special from AEW called Beach Break. So we're here for that. We got Sammy G. Good to see you, brother. He says, looking good look again. The casual look again. That's right. The show's name is Beach Break. So I thought it would be awkward to wear a suit and a tie to a beach. So I thought, let's go all casual tonight. That's what I did. We got Berman saying, I'm looking forward to the Amina and Sky Blue match. Me too. And Sky Blue, it's good to have her back. There was reports out there that apparently Sky Blue, there were some concerns that she'd never wrestle again, that there were some concerns about her returning to the ring. But obviously she's back and she's better than ever, right? And we got Andy saying Toni Storm is over in Stardom. Think that's what I heard. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. So the whole, well, we'll see what happens. But what do you think about Mariah May though? The whole situation with Mariah May. She is posting stuff on social media. She's posting AEW pictures every single day almost. But the reports out there still say that she's going to be in WWE. Not sure how much truth there is to that, but, obviously the reports are coming from somewhere. So what do you think about Mariah May, the whole situation about her? Let me know. And we got Broman saying, don't tell anybody but Mina. Oh, really? Okay. I mean, if you're saying that, Broman, I'll have to check her out. I'll have to take a look and decide for myself. All right, so let me know, Roman, when she shows up, so I'll take a special look, all right? Because that's a bold statement right there. That's a bold statement. That's a bold one. And we got Clay here. Good to see you, Clay. Welcome. And we got Hangman Page. Oh, Takeshita going down hard. Pop-up powerbomb. He goes down hard. He goes for the cover. But a kick out from Takeshita, too, right there. Wow. We got Andy over here saying Mariah May is having a blast hanging out with her BF Harley Cameron on their YouTube channel they have together. Well, that's good. That's good. You know, having a blast on YouTube is always better than going on that OnlyFans channel. That's weird. And you know what? Every other wrestler now doing it these days is just, it's weird. And you know, you got to be glad for those people who are not going down that rabbit hole, because that's not a cool rabbit hole to go down to. We got Broman saying, I watch a lot of Mina and LSC. I see. Okay. Well, okay, so I guess that's the years-long love that you have for Mina. All right, so we'll check it out tonight. We'll put it to the test tonight. And we got, oh dear, chop across the chest of Takeshita, and he goes down hard.
Stuff like that. Well, not only that, Taz, but also a week from this Sunday, Double or Nothing going down May 25th in Glendale, Arizona, Desert Diamond Arena. It will be Hangman Adam Page, Will Ospreay, one-on-one in the finals of the 2025 Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Follow that, Ospreay just pushed Hangman out of the way. That can't push, but Ospreay out the way. This is like a pay-per-view here tonight. The Beach Break on TBS, kicking things off with this huge tag team bout. There we go. Alexander puts on that help.
Wow. Look at that. Will Ospreay just tossed out of the ring right there. Just like that. And Takeshita right now. And Alexander going for a big-ass dive. And Alexander taking on Hangman Page, grabbing both Page and Ospreay by their heads. And now we got Takeshita looking for a big old dive from the top rope. And he dives down on both his opponents. Good stuff. Takeshita and Alexander here doing a pretty good job here together. I still remember the days when Alexander would get his ass kicked every single night by Moose. Used to be great. Good old days, good old days. We got Sammy saying, I haven't watched the AEW weekly show for years. Saw your upcoming video and my recommended. So here I am, brother, chilling and having a few. That's cool. Thank you for that, Sammy. You know, I watched an AEW show a couple weeks ago, but that was also my first in a long time. So, you know, when I'm not streaming, I'm not watching the shows. I only watch these when I'm like with all of you. So, likewise, brother, likewise. But it should be a good show tonight. You know, we got, of course, the main event, Moxley and Samoa Joe. So I think we're here tonight for a good show. So let's see. The hopes are high. And thank you for that reminder, my brother Andy. Andy says, remember, AJ, this Saturday, I believe, is NWA Crockett Cup. Natalia has Gail Kim special referee in NWA title match. Natalia, I mean, if she wins that title, that'd be cool, right? Imagine if she wins that title, and then we got her showing up on the WWE with that title. That would be something, right? But it's gotta be a little challenging, but it should be a good one. So this weekend, we're definitely gonna be watching Crockett Cup. We got True say been missing great wrestling yet, but tonight we're not missing great wrestling because we're watching Beach Break. Good to see you, True. Welcome. Great seeing you. And there was some speculation earlier if AJ was sleeping or not, but you know, those rumors were false. I bet they were started by Dave Meltzer because they were false, but now here I am. Good to see you, True. Welcome. And a chop across the chest of Hangman Page once again in that corner. Page does not look happy. Oh. And Page now unloading those chops on Alexander. Alexander, though, oh yeah, working out pretty well with Takeshita. Oh, you're on commercial right now, Andy. Yeah, I got no commercial. At this moment, Hangman Page is actually down right against the barricade. And we got Don Callis on commentary with his hands up like it's not his business as Takeshita takes out Hangman Page with an elbow strike. And now we got Takeshita grabbing Page by the hair, setting him back into the ring. And Josh Alexander also trying to pick up the pieces, go for the cover on Hangman Page. The referee goes for the count. It's a 2 and a kick out. So no commercials for me right now. It's cool. I'll take it.
There's a lot of scumbags in Chicago. Hey, I'll tell you what, you put together quite a team here, quite a family.
And now once again, it's Alexander. Oh, I see. So it airs live here, and the interesting part about it, WWE used to work out the same way. So I'm not sure if AEW is going to change their model over here because WWE obviously has after going full on Netflix. But for years, for decades, the way that we've had wrestling here is everything live and everything on TV. So let it be your weekly shows or pay-per-views, everything would be on TV and cable. So you would pay nothing extra for even the pay-per-views. That's how it worked here for decades and decades until this April 1st when WWE moved to Netflix, and now you got to pay a pretty decent chunk of money to get Netflix every single month. And Netflix is the most expensive streaming platform here because as the other streaming platforms, what they charge yearly is what Netflix charges monthly here. So it's pretty expensive in comparison. So AEW, on the other hand, is still free. Let it be your cable or let it be your TV shows or let it be your pay-per-view shows. It's all free. So not sure that they're going to change that, but it is that way right now. But with AEW, sometimes they can especially when they change the timing and sometimes Collision doesn't air, that's an issue. But Dynamite is always live, always, and then pay-per-views are always live. Yeah. And Andy says, "You're lucky, my brother. Thank you. I'm lucky to have such great brothers right now in the chat. That's why I'm lucky to have all of you. So thank you." And here we are now, Josh Alexander with the ankle lock on Hangman Page. Page trying to make it over to Ospreay, make the tag to Ospreay. Ospreay leaning forward as well, and Page now kicks Alexander away. Alexander, poor guy, bumps into Takeshita, getting him off the rope, actually, hitting him and getting him off the apron now. Josh Alexander and Ospreay battling it out one-on-one in the ring. Takeshita comes in here, though. I think he's a legal guy. I think the tag was made, right? So Takeshita and Alexander now. Ospreay taking care of both of them at the same damn time. Crazy good. So apparently Takeshita is not the legal guy. The tag was not considered when Alexander bumped into Takeshita. And which is why Alexander continues to be the legal guy and continues to get his butt kicked here by Ospreay. And good to see you. Welcome. My brother Andrew over here, by the way. Good to see you, brother. He says, "AJ, how are you? How's your homeland, brother?" What do I say? It's very tricky. What do I say? It's tricky. Here we go. It's funny because number one, it's great. Everything's great. Everything's back to normal, thankfully, in the country. But where it gets very interesting is Trump announced the ceasefire, right? He announced that, okay, the two countries made a smart decision. Now they're getting along. Now the ceasefire stops at this time on this day. He was the one to break the news, and it was great news. And interestingly, though, when he announced it, a couple hours later, the other side started attacking again. It was not as major, but it was still it seemed like it was an attack. And it happened the next night as well. I think very small amount, though. They sent some drones. But Trump said that, he did it. But then, there's been some other information coming from the news over here saying, Trump played no part. It was us. Trump did nothing, stuff like that. So it's tricky. Not sure who did it. Not sure who held it. Not sure who brokered the deal. But whatever that was, the politics behind it, I think we don't know and we'll never know. But the truth is that everything's back to normal, and that's the great news. But thanks for asking, Andrew. Once again, great seeing you, and welcome, Miss Cora. Good to see you, Andy. Much love. And over here we are. We got Alexander. Oh my goodness, the way he tossed Ospreay down was crazy. The referee going for the cover and a kick out at 2 right there. I've got to say, the referee's count was also a little bit slower than usual, so I'll give him that. And Alexander, the way he tossed down Ospreay just like that was great. But I don't know if you guys caught this video. I posted it on Instagram as well and on YouTube as well a couple hours ago. So John Cena, he's actually gone public about his love for Vince McMahon, and he says that, he loves McMahon, and he's not defending or trying to, judge any of the blames or any of the allegations or none of that. He's got nothing to do with it. but he's got love for Vince McMahon personally on a personal note. So, some media outlet actually asked John Cena how does he feel about the fan reaction to his love for Vince McMahon, to which Cena said that everybody's entitled to their own opinions, including himself. So basically, he's not apologizing for it. He's not backing out of it. He says that everybody is entitled to their own opinions, and including himself. So that's fine. So he's not surprised by the reaction. So it's interesting. Cena not only, goes public with his admiration for Vince McMahon and how grateful he is to Vince, for making him the star that he is today, but he also will not apologize for it. And I think that's great, because it's not easy to find people as loyal as John Cena, right? When he said hustle, loyalty, respect, I guess he meant it. We got Andrew saying, leave it to Trump to get credit for everything, even if he didn't do it. Well, what do I say? The fact that he was the one who announced it, it makes you feel that, okay, yeah, he's right. But then, the information coming out of other sources, like, it's tricky. It's tricky. But you're right about that, Andrew. We got True saying Vince did a lot for him. Yeah, it's right. Let's not forget, back then, John Cena today, whatever you see, I guess John Cena back then was in the same situation as Austin Theory today. Austin Theory is lost. Cena also was fresh off the boat. He was also a little bit lost. He was the prototype. People didn't believe him until Vince McMahon made them believe him. So, so I guess you're right. He did a lot for Cena. And then, apart from the stuff that we saw on camera, Vince McMahon, I'm pretty sure he went through politics. He went through hoops and loops. He fought people for John Cena. And that's why Cena is, I guess, fighting the good fight for Vince McMahon today. So he's loyal. You can appreciate that. And we got Hangman Page now. What is going on? Okay, so Hangman Page. Oh dear, big ass boot right there from Ospreay to Takeshita. And now we got Hangman Page, who almost clotheslined Ospreay. Ospreay and Hangman Page now having a little bit of a confrontation. Alexander taking, oh dear, was going to go for a German suplex, but good on Ospreay over here for dodging that. And now, wow, look at that. So close. Almost hit him with the basement elbow strike right there, but Hangman Page got lucky. An elbow strike now to Takeshita. We got Alexander looking to take advantage of the distraction, but Ospreay. Oh, boot to the face of Alexander. And a kick to Alexander. He's dizzy. He's dazed. And Ospreay. Oh, dear. Double team going for the cover. What an ending to the match. What an ending. That was good. That was really good. That was a great ending. That was a good ending. So we got True saying, apparently most of the talent feels the same way as Cena. Again, I feel the same. I mean, am I gonna get heat for it? But I tell you, wrestling right now is great. But I miss the Vince McMahon days. I feel like the Vince McMahon days were simpler days and maybe better days for fans. I don't know. It's too commercial right now, number one. It's too expensive right now, number two. The stages are crap, number three. And then, I feel like I'm feeling a little bit of the burn. I feel a little burned out because I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I kind of miss a little bit of the Vince McMahon days, because right now I feel like some of the things that we took for granted back then, I miss them, And on a personal note, I'm pretty sure some people miss him as well. So, there's pros and cons to everything. But, there's no denying that the stuff that he's been accused of and the allegations against him are very, very, very terrible. And they're crazy. And, justice should be brought. Because there's no excuse for the stuff that he's been accused of. So if they're true and they're real, then justice should be served, and we'll see what happens. But of course, some more confrontation over here between Ospreay and Hangman Page. They are going to be meeting at Double or Nothing. It's going to be good, and it's going to be the finals of the Owen Hart tournament mints. So something to look forward to. Double or Nothing 1 week from Sunday. We're going to be here watching it, guys. It's going to be a good event. And we got my brother Broman, by the way. Great question. I like that question a lot. Thank you for actually asking me. I feel honored, you know. But I've got to tell you, I've tried a lot of brands. If you're looking for something, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, actually, and if you just want to get a nice pair of sunglasses, I would say a polarized pair of Ray-Bans, always good. You know, always great. And I've rocked a Ray-Ban. You know, I used to rock multiple Ray-Bans when I was in college in New York, and people loved them. I always got compliments. But always make sure to get polarized, because Ray-Bans, they also sell non-polarized, and they're not good for your eyes, so always get polarized to really protect yourself from sun. But yeah, Ray-Bans are great if you don't want to break a bank. But if you do want to break a bank, if you want to get a little bit fancy like I am, right? You know, if you do want to do that, so I would say it really depends on you. But Cartier is great. But you know, if you want to go subtle, then Cartier is great. But if you don't mind going a little bit flashy, a little bit heavy, and really grabbing the attention, then Versace is the best. Versace fits me the best, you know, I'll tell you what, because I have got, as you can probably see, I've got a big face, right? It's a big face, it's quite wide, so not many glasses fit me very well. So, you know, Versace's always fit me great. And they come in multiple sizes and stuff. Versace, I feel, is the best, but you know, again, Versace's a little bit flashy, a little bit out there, a little bold, always with their designs. So just check them out, see what, you know, works for you. But Versace's are great, good quality as well. So yeah, me too. And you know, with glasses, they don't work out. The worst part about it is that I have to, whenever I go to a shop, I have to explain to them, all right, look, I've got a white face. And they're like, nah, this one works out well. And I'm like, no, they don't see it, but like you can tell if it's not working out pretty well on your face. So yeah, totally agree with that. And that's right. You know, Andrew and I, we have had this conversation multiple times. And he's always suggested to me Oakleys, and I have to get myself an Oakley. I haven't yet, but I have to get myself an Oakley. I will get one, Andrew. I will get one. I'm just waiting for the paycheck from YouTube. Yep, I'm kidding. No, but I will get an Oakley down the line. It's Oakleys are great as well, especially if you're into sports. It's great. So great suggestion here from Andrew once again. Thank you for that. All right, now things are going to pick up, because the best in the world, or should I say self-proclaimed best in the world, Ricochet, is here. He's the ex-champion. He loves tweeting a lot these days. That's got to be his new gimmick. But this guy is controversial. You know, controversial. He's out of this world. Yeah, I see that, true. Three-leg action is happening right now. We got my brother Sammy saying there's a talk of Cena and Travis Scott versus Cody and Bad Bunny, according to the coach of the new podcast with Vince Russo. I sometimes check out, it's called Coach and Bro. Yeah, it's true. There is talks about that. The last time I checked, this came from the Wrestling Observer. They did not say who was going to be like this guy Bad Bunny's partner. They were not too sure, but if it's going to be Cody Rhodes, that's something. And what do I say? I'm not sure about Travis Scott getting in the ring. Not sure about his wrestling abilities. But of course, Bad Bunny it's pretty cool. I think the match has got to be a big draw, because it's going to attract all sorts of fans. You know, fans of their music, fans of wrestling, fans of pop culture. It's going to attract a lot of people. And it's going to give them a nice payday. Everybody got to get a nice payday. So why not? Why not? And here we are now. This has got to be a good match. Zach Gowen over here. Poor guy, Zach Gowen, by the way. He only has one prosthetic. Maybe I shouldn't have said. That's terrible. Yeah, poor guy, though. Ricochet's got to be a terrible, terrible man. Man, whenever I see that corner, it kind of scares me, because we've seen what happened, you know, between this guy, one-leg guy, and Brock Lesnar back in the day, I think 2004. And, you know, his mother was literally seated right there in that same corner, and Brock Lesnar absolutely broke her son right in front of her eyes in that corner. It was crazy. It's crazy. And we got Andrew saying, well, wasn't he a boy when he was in WWE? He was. And you know, this guy is a fighter. I've got a lot of respect for him. I've got a lot of respect because if you go and watch the show American Ninja Warrior, this guy has shown up even there. And he did very, very well. He did better than people, you know, normal people do. He did incredible. And American Ninja Warrior has a crazy race course where you have to go through some insane obstacles. And he did them all very, very well. He was amazing. He was like Spider-Man, one leg. And the best part about it, when he started the race course, he took off his prosthetic leg because he thought, he felt that he would do better without it. And he just did much of the race course without the prosthetic leg, without it, from the very beginning till the end. So it was amazing. So check it out. You know, check out his appearance on American Ninja Warrior. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Having to overcome that, and he's done so with
Yeah, you're right, Andy. This is the same guy who got beat up by that guy, right? Yeah, and here we got, oh dear. He's once again proving it tonight that he's better without the prosthetic leg. Look at him go. Man, the fact that he came out in crutches and everything, he was a work. He doesn't need no crutches. He can walk, he can run, he can sprint in one leg. He doesn't need any crutches. There you go. Yeah, this guy is capable of doing it all with one leg. It's amazing. What an inspirational guy, man. What an inspiration. And here we are now. It's amazing. It's amazing what he does. Isn't it awesome the way he dived down and still was standing? Incredible. Incredible. And we got my brother Sammy saying Ricochet gets hate because they're jealous of his hot. So this it's so politicized right now with Ricochet and his wife. I was reading his Twitter because it's quite entertaining these days, but I was reading his Twitter and he's accusing fans of the WWE for shadow banning his wife on YouTube. Apparently his wife now putting out music videos and stuff, which is great. She's following her passion. It's amazing. More power to Samantha. It's great. But apparently her video not getting enough views or something, or not showing up when searched for. And he was accusing basically WWE fans for shadow banning or reporting the video so many times that it's got shadow banned. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but it's quite ugly. It's quite ugly. You know, these accusations like these, they don't work out very well. And then you've got fans, if they're actually doing it, that's crazy. Like, how much time do you have in your hands to do stuff like that? And you're right about that, True. You're right about that, you know. And, you know, he wouldn't actually be wrong if it's true. It could very well be true. Because I have seen this firsthand that, you know, when people try to harm you online, it kind of succeeds because the algorithm works out in such a way that it favors them. And, you know, it's, what do I say? It's crazy. But if it's true, if the fans were actually stooping so low to hurt him and his wife, it's a shame because producing music videos, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Lots of time goes into it. Lots of money goes into it. You got to hire a lot of people, you know, from actors, co-stars, to the producers, directors, makeup, location. So much stuff goes into it. Yeah, but people who report them or shadow ban them, they wouldn't know better. They wouldn't know better. And here we are, by the way, Ricochet getting the camera out of the way as he looks to climb the top turnbuckle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Zach's got to roll out. Come on, Zach. Come on, Zach. Ricochet looking for the dive. And he goes for, Zach rolls out of the way. Good stuff. And Ricochet now running over to Zach. And Zach gets him out. You got to love that.
Zach using his experience. He realized Ricochet was coming hot like that. Went flying out over the top rope. Great moves there. It is Ricochet back in, though. And no!
Wow. Once again, out of the way, Ricochet's hurt. He's got to be hurt right now. Come on.
That's not fun on a Wednesday night. What night of the week it is?
It would be nice if Ricochet has a title soon. I would like to see Zack having a title soon as well, honestly. Look at this guy go. It's incredible. It's incredible. Oh dear, back first into the corner right there. And now a chop across the chest. Zack, his momentum has been crushed. Ricochet. I really wonder, how does Ricochet wrestle with a gold chain? Like, that's got to be some kind of a talent. You know, the chain doesn't fall off. It stays in place. It looks good. Yeah, I mean, wow. He's got to be the only guy, I think, right, who wrestles with a chain like that. Good for him. Good for him. He's got money and he's showing it, right? Gold chain and everything. There you go. I think that's Zack's daughter watching on, cheering for her superhero of a father. And now Ricochet once again climbing the top turnbuckle. Zack, I feel like he's not going to roll out. I think he's got to stay. Yeah, he's totally staying there. Yeah. Ricochet crushing him, going for the cover. This has got to be it. Wow. He kicks out. Wasn't quite expecting that, but that's cool. That's cool. Oh dear. This has got to be it. Zack is trying hard, but come on. Oh dear. I'm actually surprised. Once again, a kick out. He's doing pretty damn well right now, isn't he? Wow. What is Ricochet trying to do with those golden scissors? Was he looking to stab him? Like, he's got to be crazy. Ricochet. And it's funny because the commentators mentioned that he would get disqualified for using them. I mean, he would probably get arrested for that. Like, that's gotta... You can't stab people, even in a wrestling match. You can't do that. But Zack, using his prosthetic leg, Ricochet kicks out. That's crazy. Would have been nice if he would have won the match, but okay. Ricochet with the kick out once again. The match continues. You know, true. I've got a story. When you mentioned the ear god, right? I got a story. Yeah, one second. I think the match is about to finish. Then I'll get to the story. And we got Ricochet. This has got to be it. Zack destroyed. Ricochet going for the cover. It's over. Andy, what do I say? I'm a little disheartened right now because I was hoping that Zack would win, but obviously, you're right. Ricochet is the winner, obvious. And just like True said, this guy's soon becoming champion. But, you know, he gets a lot of hate, actually, online about how he's a bad wrestler, how he's bad on the microphone, how he's mid. But I feel like all that hate has actually put the spotlight on him, and this match was fine. I enjoyed this match. I'm not sure if it was Zack or Ricochet or both, but I enjoyed this match a lot. And I'm enjoying his work right now. Ricochet looks good. I think the trunks suit him a lot better than the pants did. I like the outfit. People are envious of him. I agree. He's the envy of the world right now. He's the envy of the world. It's true.
His ego, he don't want that. Yeah, but Ricochet, he's the man that decided to bully Zack out. The man is...
Oh dear, turning into Randy Orton. Look at that punt to the skull. Ricochet, hearing some voices in his head, it seems. Interesting. And Briscoe coming in over here, and Ricochet rolls out. Seems like he wants no part of it. He wants nothing to do with Briscoe tonight, and he's out of here. Yeah, Ricochet's out of here. Crazy. I think Zack Gowen has got to be the biggest underdog in wrestling, right? No question. He's got to be the biggest underdog. And I was reading this, well, should I call it a meme? I think I should call it a meme, honestly. Because the idea of it was almost like a meme to me. But somebody, I think it was Ricky, or was it Jonathan? Somebody shared this post on our group, right, on Instagram, that Sami Zayn versus John Cena must happen because for John, he's a 17-time world champion. But for Sammy, he's a 0-time world champion. So, first John winning it 17 times was it. But for Sammy, winning it just one time would be it. And that's why the match should happen. And I almost laughed. Like, that should not happen. And I understand that Sami Zayn is probably also a big underdog, one of the biggest underdogs in wrestling. But, most of his time that I've seen him in the WWE, especially on the main roster, it never felt like he was somebody who actually wanted to be world champion. It was almost like he was comfortable doing some goofy-ass Scooby-Doo stuff, that he was not really a serious wrestler, even though he can put on some very good matches, such as the match that he did put on recently against Kevin Owens was fantastic. But he's always come across to me as a Scooby-Doo of a wrestler. Not so serious, not looking to become world champion, just comfortable. So I don't think he deserves a match with John Cena. Come on. Yeah, but I'm talking about the main roster. NXT and main roster sometimes can be two different worlds for a lot of people. Look at Karrion Kross, look at Sami Zayn, very two different worlds. So he can put on some great matches, but main roster run, not been my thing.
Becoming a two-time champion will no longer be a possibility, but an inevitability. Thank you for your time, Renee.
Max, have you thought about what the Hurt Syndicate would do to you if they say no?
Oh, MVP over here.
Maxwell,
Wow.
after our match tonight, it's imperative that you join us in the ring. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Renee just patting him in the back as she walks. That was a good touch. But two things I drew from the whole segment was, wow, the Hurt Business, they absolutely dwarf MJF. They make him look like a baby standing in the center of them. Number two, Renee fits in with the Hurt Business pretty damn well. I don't know if she wants to be a part of it or if they're recruiting women, but wow, she looks good with the Hurt Business. But MJF looks like a dwarf standing in the center of them, that's for sure. You're right about that, True. Renee does look good tonight. Max is gonna get hurt for sure. I really liked how she patted Max as she went out. That was a good touch. And now we got Shelton, we got Lashley. By the way, Shelton is such a great guy. Every time I hear a Shelton Benjamin story, it just proves to me that what a genuine human being and what a great guy he is. Better than that, what a good friend he is. I've heard countless stories of this guy being a great uncle, being a great friend, being a brother. What a great guy. I think all three people over here actually in the ring right now. Lashley, he's got his own story. Shelton, as we said, great guy. MVP, he's a guy who's seen a lot of struggles. He's seen a lot of downs and a lot of ups. But the one thing that, he never gave up is what got him here. So I've got a lot of respect for all three. They really are the Hurt Business. They've been hurt countless times, but they make out to the top. You're right. I was about to get into that, True, as well. Yeah, I mean, the whole Hulk Hogan thing is so, I don't know. It surprises me that Hulk still has supporters. I understand that he's an icon of wrestling, and he was the face of wrestling for a long time. For the golden age of wrestling, he was the face. But the stuff that he's done and the stuff that he's said, it just sometimes a simple apology is not enough for it. So you're right. But all the people that I've talked to, in wrestling, especially the people who are people of color, they've never actually said to me that, oh, I like Hogan, or that's fine. Most of the times, wrestlers that I've talked to, that I've spoken with, black wrestlers, they've all told me that his apology is not enough. And one of the wrestlers actually put it beautifully. He said, you know what, AJ, I would have accepted his apology if he's got a lot of money, and if he would have done something for the black community, if he would have donated a little bit of money to black children's education, if he would have done something for, let's say people who are in poverty, if he would have done something for the community, or if he would have done something at least more than a little apology, a little text, if he would have shown, if his actions would have shown something better. So, and I think it's true. Hulk Hogan, apart from putting out an apology, he did nothing else. So that's true. Yeah, Maven's YouTube channel is good. They do get very candid on their channel, so I have to check out Shelton's appearance on it, but I have seen a few videos from Maven and they're always good. Very compelling story, and what a compelling storyteller he is. He apparently he's a better storyteller than he ever was a wrestler. That's for sure. Yeah, there was also a rumor that Maven was going to be a part of the Royal Rumble or at some point, but that was untrue. Yeah, but good storyteller, good YouTuber. And now we got Shelton Benjamin, by the way, kicking some ass right now. Yeah, you gotta love that. You gotta love the beatdown at the hands of Lashley. Look at that. I never knew that I had little hands. I always thought I had pretty decently sized hands. But my phone, it makes me realize that I have little hands. And I don't know. I've been fan of big phones. Like, I have these up and downs where sometimes I want a big phone, sometimes I want a small phone. I remember when they came out with the 12 mini, I really wanted a 12 mini. And I'm glad I ended up not getting it. I got some other phone back then. But I always like, it's like alternately I'll buy a big phone and then a small phone and then a big phone, and right now I'm stuck with the Pro Max, and I regret this purchase a lot. It's a great phone, but I drop it so many times and so badly and from such a great height almost every other day that it just crushes me. And what do I say? I feel like the Pro Max is making me feel that I've got little hands, because this thing slips off my hands like nothing else. It's crazy. All right. With that being said, oh dear, big ass kick right there to the head of Shelton Benjamin, and he goes down hard. Dante getting in there. Oh dear, Dante Martin, poor guy, was about to fly into the ring, but Shelton Benjamin had some other plans for him, and a knee strike straight to Dante Martin, knocking him off the apron down to the floor. That was a crazy ass spear right there from Lashley, by the way. Crazy spear. Wow. And Dante has been crushed. Okay, things are picking up right now.
Let him go. What do you think? You think you look like a bat?
Yeah, bro, man, that is Sammy. That is Sammy. I used to rip Sammy and Tay Conti into pieces every single time. I mean, I never liked them. I hated them. But now I don't have to do that anymore, because if you go to their Instagram, especially Tay's Instagram, Look at their reels. Look at the kind of content that they're posting. I don't even have to like diss them or say anything negative about them. I think their reels do a very good job at that. So if you haven't checked out this guy and his wife's reels, do it. It's shameful.
Chase, what is it that you want? Okay, Pete. Since you're a businessman, you see these titles. You clearly can see them around our waist. I think it's obvious what we want.
What is happening?
In the ring a second. Action is ready. Leo Rush crew. They've had their eyes on the Hurt Syndicate on the AEW World Tag Team Championship for a number of weeks.
Things are picking up right now.
Look what we have over here. What it looks like is we got an old man and his little buddy out here trying to be heroes. Yo, check it. It's time to get to stepping, Gramps. And Sammy, I suggest you follow Gramps before crew comes down there and sends you back home with a rearranged face to your beautiful little daughter.
It seems like it, true. It seems like it.
What's up, Chicago? Listen, Gramps, Sammy, we don't mean no disrespect, but we just came out here because we got a little bit of old business in the ring over there. Listen, we've been coming out here week after week, scouting the tag team competition, and just like y'all over there, we beat Top Flight. So, hey, Bobby. What's up, Bobby? How about, for the respect of what we got and our past, we get a little tag team title shot for crew? No. Number one, you're not going to cut in line. Number two, you're going to learn some respect for your elders, you stupid son of a bitch.
Oh, Dustin Rhodes has had enough. He will be bullied no longer.
Enough. I've had enough of this. Dustin, as you alluded to earlier, I am a businessman, and I have other business to tend to. So I have a resolution. How about you guys take this little brouhaha?
And number one contenders?
You guys fight it out, and the winner
Yeah.
gets a tag team championship opportunity.
Okay.
Double or nothing.
So we're going to get a number one contenders match, it seems.
And now with that, wait. Now I'm getting a signal from a producer over here.
Right now?
30 seconds to commercial break.
Right now?
I want to tell all of you that are watching at home, please join us because MJF will be joining us after the break,
Okay. Okay.
and he's finally going to get what he deserves.
Okay, I thought we were going to get the match. All right, so I guess the match takes place next week. Obviously, Sammy was dressed up. He wasn't going to get in the ring right now, so it makes sense. But MJF is going to get his answer up next after the commercial break, apparently. You're right, true. I totally agree with that as well. While Dustin Rhodes laying it. Yeah, I mean, Dustin Rhodes had enough. You know, he got bullied enough. He was not going to be bullied any longer. And he's like, okay, you little brat. I'll give you a lesson. You got to respect your elders. And he's right. He's totally right about that. I'm glad he stood up for himself. And you're right, true. I mean, not only was he looking like a teenager, but he was also acting like a teenager. Leo Rush can be such an annoying prick sometimes, really. Such a prick. But the whole Ty Conti, Sammy stuff that I was talking about, they're reels. You should look them up. If you haven't, I was scrolling through my reels and I came across one of their reels and I thought, what kind of a content am I being suggested? But then I realized that was from Sammy and Tay, and I was totally shocked. Like, that's got to be a couple OnlyFans kind of a reel. That's like, I think even OnlyFans would be not the right place for that kind of a reel. It was crazy. So definitely getting a little desperate to sell the OnlyFans, I guess. Right? The show has been better than Raw Monday. Yeah, absolutely. And I think when we get to the main event, it's only gonna get better. Maybe even better than Backlash. Right? Backlash was terrible. But yeah, I think it's only gonna get better. We've got, of course, Samoa Joe and Jon Moxley. They're going to be battling it out in a steel cage in the main event. So, obviously, something very exciting coming up.
Any question? The PFL World Tournament. One shot. One shot. One shot.
It's crazy how many MMA leagues exist that, many of people, actually, even me, I've never heard of it. But I'm getting a commercial right now of a PFL league. And this is, from what I understand, it's a MMA World Okay, it's a PFL World Tournament 2025. It's a MMA tournament, so interesting. You're right, true, and right now, especially, WWE is very commercialized. I mean, everything that they do at the moment is very commercialized. When I'm watching a WWE show these days, it feels like, you know what they used to say, sports entertainment? Now it feels like they are kind of forgetting the sports part of it, and they're giving us entertainment. More entertainment than sports, it feels very commercialized. It feels very commercialized. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to really put it into words, but there's a lot of stuff that I see that I don't like. Especially this past Monday, or was it Backlash, that we had this giant yellow logo in the center of the ring. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I don't like. All right. It seemed to me that we were back from the commercial break, but we have gone back to a series of commercials that seems interesting. Okay. Oh, okay, we're back now on TV. Interesting. Okay. So they switched from commercial to like an interview of something, but then switched back to TV, so that was good.
A few moments ago, Ian, during the break, MVP conducting...
Why don't you help him find his way to the ring, please?
Conducting an informal poll here in Chicago, saying he wants people to see the Hurt Syndicate hurt MJF, and it was a resounding yes from the fans here in attendance.
Tonight's your night. You asked for this.
It's unanimous.
Tony Khan? All right. Tony looks so happy. It's good to see him. Yeah, Tony looks so happy over there. It was actually nice seeing him. All right, now we got MJF being held out. Tony was like a snitch right there. He was more than happy to point out, oh, there he is, there he is. That was so funny. That was funny. All right, and now we got MJF coming out.
There's the old phrase, if someone tells you who they are, believe them. I think that door opens both ways here, as MJF has done nothing to dissuade the Hurt Syndicate, in my opinion.
And you see Lashley with that grin.
Let's go, Maxwell!
On his face.
Yeah.
Ever since MJF has been making his overtures at the Hurt Syndicate, Lashley has seemed none too pleased, but that is not the case here tonight.
Well, Maxwell, Jacob Friedman, this is your moment of reckoning.
Poor guy MJF is definitely at the wrong place in the wrong time.
So I hope you're ready.
Yeah, poor guy. He looks like a little schoolboy, so scared in that corner, right?
We had our discussion. We know what's coming his way. Once again, MVP, thumbs up.
Okay.
Shelton,
No way. No way. He's not gonna do a thumbs up. No way. Oh!
Shelton Benjamin not changing his mind either.
No way.
Well, this is the tough run. The crowd right
Not Lashley.
Gotta be unanimous.
No way. Come on. No way, Lashley.
final vote.
Hit him with the clothesline, Lashley. Come on.
Shelton back in. Shelton's gonna nail it. MJF's none the wiser. And Lashley just toying with MJF and Shelton. He's all, they're gonna blast him, guys.
Wow. He got 3 thumbs up right there. He got 3 yays. That's crazy.
Bobby Lashley, the thumbs up. It is unanimous.
Wow.
This week on AEW Dynamite, the official MJF contract signing into the Hurt Syndicate.
That's crazy. That's insane. Oh dear.
I mean, you know MVP, you know Shelton Benjamin, you know Bobby Lashley very, very well. Did you expect this in the least? No.
Well, I guess True was right that they haven't joined the group only to hurt him. Well, there's gonna be hurt down the line for MJF. It's not tonight, but it's gotta be there down the line somewhere. So right now, I guess they're gonna head to the back, and there's gonna be a lot of partying and a lot of hurt business stuff happening all night long. And MJF, look at the big ass smile on his face, holding the ropes for the hurt business. Wow, look at that. Look at that. And we got Sammy saying TK only cares about money. They don't care about the storylines. Vince cared about the fans. It's interesting. Yeah. You know, I feel like TKO will do anything to sell tickets. Vince probably, I don't know. But the biggest example right now, Vince also, you know, he had his own fair share of controversies and bad decisions that he made. You know, we're not gonna forget about the golden egg thing that he did, right, with Austin Theory, just to promote the film Red Notice. We're not gonna forget that. So I don't think that was the TKO days. That those were the Vince McMahon days, if I'm not wrong, right? So yeah, we remember that. But going back to the topic of TKO, the recent Travis Scott, The Rock appearance, right, at Elimination Chamber. So Rock basically made it very clear that appearance was basically as a way to sell tickets, to boost the ticket sales, nothing else. They just called him in to help with the ticket sales, not any long-term plans, nothing like that. But when you have somebody involved in such a big angle leading up to WrestleMania, 1 month away from WrestleMania, and you know you're promoting it as something that sell your soul or something, the whole John Cena turn, nobody said just that John Cena turned heel. Everybody said, oh, Cena sold his soul to The Rock. That's what people said immediately following the paper. That's what they said. Oh, he sold his soul to The Rock. Cena sold out. And then you had Rock not be a part of anything, not a part of Cena's promo the next night or the Friday night or the week after, nothing like that. So Rock was no part of the feud. Rock didn't show up at WrestleMania, and then he comes out and says, "Oh, I was just there to help the ticket sales." Come on, Rock. Come on. That to me in real world seems like false advertising, but nobody's gonna say that because it's wrestling and people get away with that kind of stuff in wrestling apparently. But that to me, it felt like false advertising that I don't think we've seen in Vince McMahon days, or I don't remember an instance like this where we've seen it in such a big way as we did with TKO. That was clearly false advertising. People got hyped and they got invested in that storyline, mostly because of The Rock. But, what can we say? Yeah, you're right about that. Cena sold his soul to DC. Yep, Cedric is still working indie days. I see, okay. All right. That's why he's not here, apparently. But he will be here, I guess, somewhere down the line, just like Andy said. I see him becoming a member. Maybe coming in and kicking out MJF. Maybe he's going to do that. Who knows? That was a dumb move they just made the group weak. Well, there's got to be some kind of a turn. I don't think anybody takes it seriously or anybody buys the idea that MJF is going to be a part of the group. He's got to get kicked out sooner than later, I think. No, and that's fine. He did what he wanted to do, but The Rock being there, being a big part of that heel turn, and then not being a part of anything afterwards, to me that was a little bit weird. That was a little bit off. And I got excited personally. I got excited about The Rock's involvement, but then he wasn't involved at all. So, yeah, that's something that sucked. Yeah, I mean, again, The Rock is kind of interesting in that way because he's a little bit unpredictable, sometimes in a good way, sometimes in not a great way, because, when you say unpredictable, you can't predict when he's going to show up or when he's not going to show up. So there's good and there's bad here. But, in the same interview, by the way, Toni Storm coming out right now, so, gotta take a good look. But, in that same interview, The Rock said that, everything in wrestling is a work. Everything is a work. You can't believe anything. But then he also said that the final boss's work is done and the final boss probably doesn't need to be back now because it's over. Like, he doesn't have any purpose. He solved his purpose. So then it makes you feel, okay, so we're not going to get the final boss back. But then it also makes you feel that, but he did say that everything in wrestling is a work. So maybe he was working when he said the final boss is not going to be back. So you never know. I guess with The Rock, one thing is for certain is that nothing is for certain, right? I think so. By the way, our brother, Ricky is here. Good to see you, brother. Welcome. We missed you. Welcome, Ricky. Welcome. The final boss is indeed back. Good to see you. And we got True saying final boss can show up at any time. Let's see. Ladies 4-way is gonna be good. The Rock is always working. You're right. Toni Storm looking great, by the way. All right. Azumi looking good. Andy says Azumi is adorable. Ricky says sorry I'm here late finishing with my art gallery show at here school. Don't be sorry, Ricky. Of course, school comes first, and I'm glad that you're doing so great and you're so invested in the art school. So that's amazing, Ricky. Following your passion is fantastic. So much love to you, brother. Much love to you, Ricky, from all of us. And we got Bro Man. I was thinking about him. He's here, and look who's here now, Bro Man. Okay, I'll take a very close look. Mina's on her way out.
Her first match as an official member of the AEW roster, and she is somebody that AEW fans know very well, and somebody that pushed time with Toni Storm very nearly to her limit at Forbidden Door last year.
Oh, she's super talented, no doubt about it, but I was more looking at Toni Storm.
She's got really old school dance moves, does Toni Storm there towards Mina's music. Interesting. I observe dancing. That's what I do.
So not just an analyst of
Oh,
the sport of kings,
no,
but
yes, I understand. Queens, you know this. And queens, of course.
that free-flowing movement is so critical.
All right, when I was looking at the camera, I was looking straight into Broman's eyes. But you know what? What do I say? Okay, wait. We got everybody's favorite, Sky Blue, coming out right now. Wow, this lady has grown up. I remember her, when AEW was just starting off. I remember Sky Blue starting off here. So good. She was so good. Bubbly, cheerful, talented, everything. And a lot more mature now. Look at her. She's all grown up, all matured now. Yeah, it looks like the real deal and everything too. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I get it, Broman. I get it. So Broman told me earlier that don't tell. I'm sorry, Broman. I'm snitching on you right now. But Broman told me earlier that Stephanie Vaquer, she probably takes a back seat to Mina because Mina is better than Stephanie. And I thought that was a bold statement to make, but I feel like the energy is contagious. I mean, Mina was coming out, and I saw even Toni Storm dancing, jamming to her beat. That was pretty damn cool. Obviously, Mina seems like a very cheerful young lady as well, so I get where that love comes from, bro, man. Okay, you can have Mina. I'll take Steph. Oh, she changed the spelling again? Is that right? Okay. Oh, did they add double Y's? Is that right? Okay. That's crazy. That's crazy. We got Ricky saying, speaking of mommy, I'm hearing Stephanie is dating somebody new. I did see that as well. Apparently, she's dating somebody else now. Yeah. Oh, SKYE, I see. So True says Mina needs a secure top. Okay, we'll take a closer look at that as well. Thanks for pointing that out, True. All right, with that being said, we got Toni Storm over here going after Sky Blue. Sky Blue is really, she's changed so much. I still remember the Sky Blue who used to come out wearing a snapback hat and everything, and now she's got a tattoo and she's all tanned up, and wow, really has matured a lot. All right, DDT right there to Toni Storm. A little weak, but that's okay. Somebody with the NXT roster is dating Stephanie right now, so it's Ricky. All right. And now we got Mina and Sky battling it out in the ring at the moment. She has I see that. She has lost a lot of weight. Well, good for her if she's feeling better this way, right? Apparently, there were some concerns if she was even going to get back into the ring at some point, so it's good to see her back. By the way, brother David told me, all right, Ricky, much love to David, much love to him. We got Andy saying Buddy Murphy has not ruled out teaming up with Rhea Ripley soon. It's interesting. I mean, for Buddy Murphy to do that, he'll have to cross roads and come over to the WWE, so let's see. Let's see. Somewhere down the line, it's definitely, I guess, likely, because couples mostly end up together, on TV, so it's likely. Let's see. Let's go. Mina, she moved to America. Well, good for her, right? And now we got Mina and Toni Storm. It seems like Tony's a little bit of a fan of Mina as well, and now they're in face-to-face each other in the ring, and now they're trading elbow strikes. Never realized how much taller Toni Storm is in comparison to Mina. Look at that. Easily dwarfing her right now. And now we got Toni actually stooping over a little bit so that Mina could land those elbow strikes. Look, Mina is good, but bro, man, no offense. I think that Stephanie far better. Wait a second. Okay.
Advantage of the situation at Resurgence and captured that strong women's title. Reversal there by Mina.
Azumi.
The Kazuchika rolls through and now into step to grapevine. That's the old school way of applying the figure four. DDT on Azumi. And Mina Shirakawa, the figure four, the champion in the center of the ring in trouble.
Super tight right there. Smart by Storm to get to that bottom rope to break the hold.
Now frenetic pace
All right, Azumi now going after Mina. Kick to the gut and now sending her face first into the top turnbuckle. And they're going for... out there. There you go.
Yeah, very close, and that motivates you even more when that happens. If you don't capture it, you keep staying hungry for it.
Mina diving down on Toni Storm right there. Down on the floor. We got Ricky saying, I agree. I take both Stephanie and me. All right. Okay, Ricky. All right. Andy says, AJ Barbie Hayden is incredibly beautiful as well. I believe she retired again. Okay. Let's see. Has she really retired? I wasn't able to put a face to that name, Barbie Hayden, so I had to look her up, and it feels to me that I have had some kind of interaction with her. I can't recall, was it a conference or something, but I feel that I have had some sort of interaction with her. And you're right, Andy, it seems like she has retired indeed.
You gotta go full throttle, no matter if you're off 10 months or 10 days or 10 years. You gotta go full throttle, especially in a
All right, kick right there to Sky Blue once again, sending her to the barricade. And now we got Mina sending Toni Storm to the barricade back first. And Azumi once again doing the same to Mina. Azumi, the only lady standing tall right now. Looking good. The one problem that I feel that I have with Sky Blue a little bit is that, back in the day when she came out and she called herself Sky Blue, I mean, everything about her was blue. Her outfit, the lighting, everything. Her makeup, her snapback. Sorry, guys. Her makeup, her snapback, everything was blue. But now, she has gone dark blue a little bit, but it's hard to tell, right? And big ass chop right there to Toni Storm once again. Mina on a roll right now. Just give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. All right. And here we are now, back again. Sky Blue cartwheeling and sending an elbow strike straight to Azumi. Azumi taking it back. Mina still targeting Toni Storm. And a suplex right here to Azumi. Stephanie for me in WWE and Mina for AEW. I see Ricky. Okay, nobody's loyal these days. Not even Ricky. You gotta have one, right? You gotta have one favorite, Ricky, not two. And Andy says there was this female wrestler who wrestled at Dory Funk Junior School. She went by Cleopatra. She was great. Really? Okay, I will take a look, brother. Cleopatra. It's an interesting name to have for your ring name, that's for sure. I tried looking her up. I don't see it. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. So basically, she had a very short in-ring career. Started off in 2001, and she retired from the ring in 2003. So I guess that's why we don't know much about her. But you're right. Didn't have a very long career. She was a WXW Extreme champion for like a day. So she won and dropped it the same day. Okay, so that's that. Yeah. She must have been good, Andy, if you still remember her, right? She must have been good.
Sky Blue returning to action after 10 months away from the ring due to injury.
And it was chaos during our picture-in-picture suplex.
I think that's a very deep statement that True just put out there, that you gotta be loyal to yourself. And that's true, you know. These days, people actually don't realize it, but they also are not loyal to themselves, because if you're not giving yourself a priority in life, then you're not loyal to yourself. So that's actually a very deep thought. That True just, yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You gotta be loyal to yourself. And now we got Sky Blue and me now with those elbow strikes in the center of the ring. Man, I'm watching Blue after so long, and just to, it's hard to even recognize this Sky Blue. She's so different. I don't know, has she grown taller as well? It feels like it. By the way, double German suplexes from the ladies. Azumi to Mina, and Toni Storm to, of course, Sky Blue, and now to Azumi as well. Toni Storm, the only one standing tall right now. We got Andy saying there was also Summer Rain. Yeah, he had a heck of a match with late Adam Vinca, really. Wow. I mean, to remember her after all these years, when she had such a short career, is really notable, Andy. It's very notable. Yeah. True says Blue still got cheeks. Okay, all right. And we got Ricky gonna get his own vice. You're right about that, bro, man. You're right about that. Totally. Totally.
Championship, a title held by Mercedes-Moné. It was a three-way match, and the champion was not pinned. That is the same type of situation that could occur here. Ian Azumi could escape with a shot at Toni Storm's Women's World Championship by pinning either Sky Blue or Mina Shirakawa.
And that would be absolutely incredible.
True, I would reply to your comment about, you know, the cheeks, but I would not, because it wouldn't be very PG, and I feel like, you know, we gotta stop. But you may make a good point. I would argue with that point, though, but I don't want to get into that conversation right now. But I would not agree. But okay, we got Toni Storm right now with a spine buster. Yeah, the kind of conversation that we could get into right now would be not, you know, let's stop. Okay. We got Andy saying, my best friend has a rod. Really? Okay, Andy, that's amazing. That's great. Andy, back then, because I was reading about it recently, so it just crossed my mind. Back then, right, in the era before the internet and the 90s and the early 2000s, did you also do some tape trading with your friends and stuff? Because I remember reading about it recently that back in the day, you know, when you didn't have internet, when you didn't have access to all these footages of wrestling shows, you know, around the world, people often used to tape shows on their, you know, on their little tapes, and they used to trade them with each other. And basically that's how the dirt sheets also got their way first into the business. You know, they targeted those people who used to tape trades, and that's how they got popular. And it's quite interesting. I was reading all about it. And he says, yep. I mean, it sounds so fun, right? Just to think about the days, simpler days when people just following their hobby, you know, trading tapes and socializing and all that stuff. It just seems like such a great, simpler times or much better times. Much better times. Oh dear, Mina with a big ass victory, by the way. Big victory over Toni Storm. That's something. Wow. Mina with a big victory. That's crazy. Oh my goodness, by the way, brother James is in the house. He says, hello AJ, did not know you went live. I usually get a live notification. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't do its job, brother James, but it's great seeing you. I was wondering that James is not here, but then I thought that maybe you're busy. But it's great seeing you, James. Always is welcome. And what a night it's been right here, right? Watching Spring Break. And it's been great. I'm sorry, Beach Break. And it's been fantastic. And Toni, interesting. So she got an upper hand tonight, but it doesn't mean that she's gonna get an upper hand in Double or Nothing. Usually, you know, when they go up at the Go Home show, they go down on the actual pay-per-view. So 1 week from today, I guess, we are gonna be getting. 1 week from this weekend, we're gonna be getting Mina versus Toni for the world title. Oh dear. I love everything about Jamie Hayter. I think she's fantastic, full of personality. She's got the X factor, great hair, everything about her. Jamie is great. She's got the looks, she's got the in-ring skills, she's got the charisma. Jamie Hayter is fantastic. Probably the only hater without actual haters, right? She's got no haters. She's so good. And now we got Broman saying the wild thing is that Azumi is 22 and might have more experience than any of them. It's crazy. I would have never known she was even in her 20s if you wouldn't have pointed that out. Amazing, bro, man. That's something. Cage Max next, I think. Is there a chance that Samoa Joe will win or not? So somebody mentioned earlier that we probably will have somebody interfering for Moxley. Let's see. But I do feel that Moxley is going to retain. I would want Samoa Joe to win, but I got a feeling that Moxley is retaining here tonight. But let me know, what do you think, Sammy? Everybody else? We got Andy saying, Mina, well-deserved victory. Mercedes Monet could learn something. That's big. Yeah. So tape trading says true. I was reading about it that, back in the day. So for example, there's a show that took place in Japan. So people who had access to the show, they used to tape it and then they used to trade it with fellow fans for another show that took place elsewhere. And that's usually how the dirt sheet, the people who founded the dirt sheet, such as Dave Meltzer himself, tape trading was a way that they got access to a lot of different shows from different countries. They watched them, then they reviewed them, and then people read them on dirt sheets, came to know which match to watch, which show to look out for. Then they used to watch it based on the reviews and stuff. So back then things were a little complicated, but also much simpler, I feel. But yeah, that's that.
Was always amazing. His energy was friggin' infectious. And when I wrestled him, every time, he brought the best out of me, Sabu was aura before aura was aura. Before aura was cool, that's what this man was. And behind the curtain, I promise you, he was loved by his peers worldwide. I'm gonna miss you, brother. I love you.
Wow. That came from the heart. That actually came from the heart. The way Taz spoke and the look on his face, that came straight from that heart. Yeah. Goosebumps. I've got goosebumps right now. God bless Sabu, his family, his friends during this terrible time. It's very, very sad. And we got True saying, Hayter is bringing back the 70s show. Yes, she is. And I'll tell you what, I wanted to say it so badly. I wanted to say it. I didn't say it, though, because I spoke of Scooby-Doo in a negative fashion for somebody else earlier tonight. I don't remember Sami Zayn. I was talking about Sami Zayn, and I did say that, he's a Scooby-Doo guy. Like, he's a Scooby-Doo of a wrestler. I can't take him seriously. But when I looked at Hayter, I wanted to say so badly that she reminds me of that Scooby-Doo character. I wanted to say it, but I didn't. I'm like, I just said Scooby-Doo in a negative reference, so I can't. But then my brother comes in here, and he says, Hayter is looking more and more like the redhead from Scooby-Doo. I totally agree. I totally agree. Especially if she's got that scarf wrapped around her neck, and she's got the blue outfit. I mean, come on. Yeah, she does look like that Scooby-Doo character, but a great wrestler as well. I like Hayter. She always stood out to me even when she was like a blonde and generic and everything. But now she's got that orange hair. What can I say? She stands out. Real hard she stands out. But she's great. Hayter is fantastic. We got Ricky saying, happened to my high school friend back in the day. Taped Raw on Monday and then we would watch it a week later. It's amazing. Speaking of stuff back in the day, I remember the Absolute Catastrophe. I'm not sure where this came from. I was a kid I used to watch Raw. We used to get it on Thursdays, not Monday, not Tuesday, not Wednesday, on Thursday on TV. And at 4 p.m., I'll tell you, the worst time, worst day. When we got Raw. And it was crazy because on one week, they aired Raw, and the following week when I sat down to watch it again, I realized that they were airing the previous week's Raw. I didn't get what was wrong. I just didn't understand. But anyways, they aired the previous week's Raw, and I was like, strange, They probably forgot to air the latest one, and they aired the previous week's one. And then the next week, the week after that, they aired, not the current week's Raw, but the previous week's Raw. And I was like, what? And then after that, it became a trend that they started airing Raw on a 1 week tape delay. 1 week. 1 week and 4 days to be exact. And it was too much for me. And I'm glad that those days are over and now we get Raw the same day, same time. But those days were crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. And we got Ricky saying, I'm hearing some news from Sabu. They said, yeah, Ricky, I've read about that as well. That, that match that took place, I believe, Joey Janela's Spring Break. I think that was the event, but it was a GCW event nevertheless. And, he wrestled his final match over there. It was quite a hardcore match, as we've seen in the videos. Videos were circulating the day that Sabu's, announcement was made. And people are talking about how he was not 100%, how, that led to the very unfortunate incident. And people are putting blames, but what can we say? It's all speculation at this point, and I feel like tossing it left and right now is only gonna tarnish Sabu's image, and people are gonna draw judgments and stuff like that. So I feel like it's better not to add to those rumors or the dirt right now, because what's happened has happened. He had a very long and very storied and cherished career, and God bless him and his family.
This is just business. Would you ever sign a contract without having your lawyer look it over to make sure that it's kosher? No, I wouldn't. Okay, there's no mystery here. Let's go, baby. Excuse us. Come on, kid. Let's go.
Well, guys, still to come here tonight on Dynamite, our main event, the AEW World Championship.
Did I hear the word kosher? I mean, I was talking about Sabu, so this was on mute, but I unmuted it, and as soon as it did, MJF said something about having a lawyer look at the contract to make sure it's kosher. Like, okay, that was funny. Bootlicking pay-per-views too, yeah. Yeah, I know, true. I'm sure people did that.
You say there's something on your mind. Go ahead.
Well, I'll make this nice and quick. First of all, I want to apologise to you, Tony. I did exactly what I told you not to do. Get in the ring when you're an announcer. The other person I need to apologise to, Daniel Garcia.
Interesting.
And we're going to take you back to Collision last week to find out what Nigel was referring to. It was at the conclusion of last week's Collision main event. Dax Hall with Daniel.
Without a doubt, brother, Nigel is definitely going to wrestle again, and I feel like this segment could lead to the announcement of his return, apparently, because Daniel Garcia is coming out right now, and he's not coming out without purpose, right? That's for certain. The top guys, FTR, will attack Daniel Garcia again. It could be. It could be. Daniel Garcia's theme song, by the way, has got to be the trippiest theme song there is today in wrestling. So good.
So, look, Danny, you saw what happened. I let my ego get the better of me. I let someone goad me into interrupting your match that cost you the chance to win the match and the winner's purse. So again, from the bottom of my heart, I apologise. I'm sorry. I realised that my place is next to this man at an announce desk, not in the middle of this ring. So, won't happen again.
Danny, go ahead.
Nigel, you can keep your apology to yourself. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. FTR disrespected you, and you stood up for yourself.
Wow. Garcia.
FTR, they tried to end my career. They tried to end Adam Copeland's career. And if given the opportunity, they're going to try to end your career too. And the thing is, I'm gonna fight these guys regardless, with or without you. So you can turn your back on me right now. I get that you're not a wrestler anymore. You can turn your back on me. You can go back to the commentator table. But I'm gonna fight these guys with or without you. And it would be an absolute honor for you to stand by my side and fight FTR with me.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
The unmistakable
Two
voice of
burnouts
Stokely Hathaway.
blazing each other. Which one is the bigger
That's okay.
disappointment?
Berman, that's totally fine. I love you for that. You know, I can't tell you how many times stuff like that happens to me. But the difference is that, you know, I'm on camera, so when stuff like that happens to me, I can do nothing but sit here with a poker face, regretting my entire life. And it's like stuff like that happens to me a lot. So I totally get that, bro, man. My bro. If you were here, I'd give you a big ass hug. What can I tell you? Much love to you for actually putting it in the comments. It's great. Yeah.
Strokely, is when someone puts their hands on me, I put my hands back on them, and so I guess for that, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, mate. Oh. Well, guess what, Nigel? That apology does nothing for us. You put your hands on FTR. And you should know that when you do something bad, Nigel, there are repercussions and consequences. Dax, Cash, and I, we had a little powwow. And we decided what your punishment should be. Your punishment should be getting in the ring with the greatest tag team alive today, FTR.
Okay, Stokely, the messenger.
Official match, because in that match, they can't be suspended, they can't be fined. To Danny Boy over here.
Well, I guess that's exactly why I don't want to wrestle them. I mean, let's be honest, they're 10-time World Tag Team Champions. And look, no disrespect to you, Danny, but we barely had a conversation. If I'm honest, they'd kill us.
You know what, Nigel? You're right. You're right. FTR might kill us. They might kill us. But I've been watching you overcome the odds for your entire career. I've been overcoming the odds for my entire career. So how about we give these people something that they never thought they'd see? Nigel McGuinness teaming with Daniel Garcia against FTR.
All right. You know what, Nigel? You know what? You know what? You don't have to wrestle. You don't. You can continue doing what you're doing, sitting behind that commentary desk, being the Al Bundy of AEW, and every single week trying to relive your glory days.
Stokely is great. The Al Bundy of AEW.
I mean, do you really think you can beat FTR? I mean, you barely beat hepatitis.
The mic drop right there from Nigel. Now he's taking. Oh, come on, guys. FTR jumping Garcia and Nigel from behind right there, taking out Garcia. Nigel gets right up, and now he's trying to fight. Oh, uppercut right there from Nigel to both the guys. And now we got a punch to the face of Nigel. He goes down hard. And FTR looking to. Oh, dear. Come on. Oh, Daddy Magic is still around? The guy's coming in with the crowbar too. Look at that. He's not playing around. Daddy Magic has got to be some kind of a miracle. I mean, this guy, when I first saw him in AEW, I didn't think that he was gonna be the company for more than a year. But all these years later, he's still kicking. And there you go, gets a spotlight on TV with a crowbar and everything. Yeah, Daddy Magic has got to be some kind of a miracle on some street. Wow, on the elite street. An FTR shattered machine. Top guys are out. You're right about that, Andy. Oh dear. They are out of here.
For Nigel McGuinness, one that I think he's going to have a lot to think about.
Well, certainly he will, and that will be on his mind until Collision this Saturday at its normal date and time, Excalibur.
That's right. Normal network, normal time for Collision Beach Break continues, and this Saturday we will have a tribute to Steve Mongo McMichael, a man who meant so much to not only the sport of professional wrestling, to this city of Chicago, Illinois. Also coming up at Collision Beach Break, the protostar Kyle Fletcher goes one-on-one with A.R. Fox this Saturday night, 8/7 Central on TNT, and Max Anna Jay, Megan Bain. They will face off inside the ring this Saturday night at Collision. Plus,
Collision looks good. The match card looks great.
Bailey mix it up this Saturday night. Wow, from Chicago, Illinois. And the Sons of Texas, Sammy Guevara, Dustin Rhodes face Action Andretti, Leo Rush, crew in a #1 contenders match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. And the tensions have been brewing over the last few weeks. It will finally come to a head this Saturday. Big Bill, Brian Keith, Gates of Agony, Chicago Street Fight this Saturday night. But coming up next, our main event, the AEW World Championship Steel Cage match. Samoa Joe, the former champion.
All right, it's got to be good. You know, I smiled when I was looking at the match card for Collision, and the reason I smiled was Harley Cameron, because, we were talking about her earlier as well on Instagram on the group. That I think it was James who sent a post of Harley, and I was taken aback because, wow, she really has a good voice. And when she first started rapping and singing, I remember Broman not being a big fan, but Broman, I mean, if you take a good look at Harley, I mean, she's great. I feel like she is very undervalued, underappreciated by the fans, but Harley is actually good. A little bit annoying, I guess she's a little bit annoying, especially on camera and wrestling, but she's actually good. I like Harley. I dig her. She's good. All right, so Sammy, by the way, I think Sammy took looked at the time here. And I don't know if you guys can see it. 1 second. I got the passcode. So I think Sammy looked at the time and he's like, "Hey, do you sleep or do you get started with your day?" I don't sleep after the watch along. No, unless it's a weekend and it's a pay-per-view watch along. Because for pay-per-views they start at about 4:30 or 4 o'clock my time, so I have to wake up at about 3:30 or 3 o'clock to get ready. So for pay-per-views, and they go on until like 7:30 or 8:30. So pay-per-views, I'm shattered after them. So usually I sleep. It's better to sleep for pay-per-views. But for the other shows, the weekly shows, I get started off with my day, get to work, do my stuff, do the things. So I don't sleep after these watch-alongs. No, I can't. I can't afford to. I do get. So that's why watch-alongs get a little bit tricky for me because although I love doing them, they get a little intense, and doing them like a few days in a row, I'm sorry, it just takes a toll because you kind of feel not so energetic during the day. Like right now I feel super energetic and I feel great, but as the day goes on, by the evening, by noon, I guess, you kind of, after lunch, you kind of feel like that. So it gets a little tricky. It's much easier for the people in the US who get to do these watch-alongs at night before bed. It's great, but we don't have that same privilege. It comes with a little bit of the challenge. So that's why I'm usually in the mornings. When the show starts, I get late by like 5 minutes or so, even though I try not to. It's sometimes hard to wake up. So, so that's it. That's that. You're right. Absolutely true. And let's see, we got James over here saying yes, indeed, absolutely. Harley Cameron, I've got a lot of praise for her. I can't say it enough. I think she's fantastic. And we got Andy saying she's the MVP of AEW. I agree, but I do feel that she's undervalued. I really feel that she's crazily undervalued. All right, with that being said, let's see what else do we have here. So we're getting TNA actually broadcasted here, but TNA doesn't air live. So for us, we get TNA for some reason on Saturdays, apparently. So like way off. And I don't even know if it's the same week show or not, because right now I got a commercial saying, oh, this Saturday we're going to get the greatest matches of TNA, so apparently we're not going to get this week's show. So TNA does have a broadcasting partner. It did seem like they were trying to get into this country as well, with Bhupinder Gujjar being their champion for a little bit and stuff, and they also did some media over here through Bhupinder, but never did anything apart from that. I thought they were okay, they were getting serious, because when I was doing interviews for TNA, they also got me in touch with a PR agency that was working for them, and I was like, wow, they hired a PR agency in India, so it definitely means that they're getting serious about doing stuff here, but that didn't happen either. So let's see. Maybe they got some. Maybe because of the WWE thing, they just kept that in the back seat. The expansion. They don't need to do that right now, I guess. All right, you gotta love the chants, by the way. Look at those Joe chants. I love it. Yeah. You gotta feel like an absolute boss when you come out here with all the pyro and all the music, and you got the fans chanting your name like that. It feels like he's in for some kind of a war right now. Just Samoa Joe coming out. Of course, he's the one part of the AEW World Trios champion, but right now he's coming out to capture the World Championship. And I hope he does it. I want Samoa Joe to become World Champion, but I have my doubts. I really have my doubts. Nah, Sammy. I don't do nothing, brother. It's you guys. It's you guys. So thank you for supporting me. I hope to do better, though. I have to say, I'm not. I want to make more content. I want to make better content, and I hopefully will do so. But just this is not it. This is not even 50% of what I can do. I want to do a lot more. So thank you, Sammy, once again, and everybody for the support. Thank you. I like it. I like this intro a lot. Look at that. With the red lights and stuff, and Marina Shafir actually being a part of this entrance adds a lot of value. This is great. You gotta be kidding me. So I'm looking at them after a long time. Is Marina and Jon Moxley, is this a thing on TV? Like, are they actually a pair on TV? This is good. They look fantastic together. Holy crap. They look good together. Absolute badasses. Moxley looks fantastic. Moxley looks way good. Really, I mean, Moxley looks so much better than, he did the last time I saw him on TV. This is good. Samoa Joe here. He's focused. And Andy says, if Moxley is to lose his title, it should be to Will Ospreay. I do, Andy, I do. Shayna Baszler, when she left WWE, I think her post on social media made it quite clear that she's not done, that she's got to do more. And I feel like she's going to join AEW. What is Duke Jasmine doing? Does anybody know what is she doing? Did she leave wrestling for good? 1 second. Duke Jasmine. I'm sorry, I always call her Duke Jasmine. Her name is Jasmine Duke. I keep forgetting that. So, I don't believe. I think she's done with wrestling altogether. Let's see. Jasmine Duke. Yeah, she's done. Yeah, her wrestling career is done. It's one and done. So 2018, 2019, the only 2 years she was actually active as a wrestler. She did wrestle quite a few matches as a part of the company, but It was a very short period, and Jasmine Duke is done. She's not wrestling. I don't know if she has any intentions of getting back to the ring, but from the looks of it, Jasmine Duke is done. It still blows my mind when I think about it that WWE at one point had Jasmine Duke, they had Marina Shafir, they had this lady Shayna Baszler, they had Ronda Rousey, they had all 4 women together under contract, and they did not capitalize. That's a crazy miss. And they didn't do anything about like they have to be blind to not do something with the 4 horsewomen. So what do we do? You're right, bro, man. It does look smaller. But I like it. She wrestled a bit last year when Ronda Rousey had left WWE. Yeah. I went to cage match. It says nothing about that as well. So very little bit, I guess. I guess she doesn't really have the willingness, I guess, or the interest in wrestling, which is why she has been inactive for so long. Oh yeah, you're right about that, bro, man. Very good point, actually. It is inside the ring post. Yeah. I actually like it. I don't know, it just feels a lot more cleaner to me. It does look clean. By the way, Samoa Joe sending Moxley straight, smashing him into the steel cage wall. Moxley still stuck over there, checking on his face, making sure he's not bleeding yet. Because let's face it, Moxley's definitely gonna bleed, right? He will bleed. That steel cage door is literally gonna open up. Come on. That cage door was almost gonna open up. If it wasn't for that chain, it would have been wide ass open. Yeah, it does look like something ordered from Temu. I'm so old that, Temu is so new school these days, because back in the day when we used to make jokes like these, we didn't say Temu, we used to say Wish. Wish.com, remember? Wish. Yeah, Wish was Wish was a Temu from back in the day, but Temu is a new one. I think it's more popular these days. I've never used it, but I've heard a lot of jokes about it. But nobody says Wish anymore. Everybody says Temu, and that makes me feel old. I guess, yeah. Anyways.
Up for grabs, but also we are just 59 days away from All In Texas, where the winner of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, both men and women, will challenge for the AEW World Championship or the AEW Women's World Championship.
Oh, bye. Look at that kick straight to Moxley once again, and the elbow drop right there to the chest. Go for the cover. Moxley kicks out. Wow. And a middle finger shown to Samoa Joe, with followed by a boot to the face. Oh dear. Joe is down and Moxley looking on. Oh dear, come on. Moxley targeting the bad knee of Samoa Joe now. The left knee of Joe.
Well, that's what you want to do. I mean, you're giving up size to Joe, right? So if you can, go after one of the wheels of the bigger competitor when you're in a match, no matter if it's cage or not. It's not often that John Moxley finds himself in a position where he is giving up size to an opponent, but Joe, who's the knee braces on the knee, I mean, for an athlete of his size.
Come on.
Joe, I mean, he'll be the first to admit he has dealt with knee issues in the past. He's tough. He's been able to fight through it, but Moxley is just showing no remorse in his attack right now. I don't blame him. He's trying to defend his world title. He understands a formidable threat in Samoa Joe. He's got to keep this figure four on as long as you can if you're him trying to defend that title.
Joe smartly trying to disengage the figure four.
Yeah, can't keep it on for too long though, Andy, right? It seems like Joe, he's turning around. There you go. That's gonna hurt a lot more now. Samoa Joe has it locked in on Moxley. Moxley makes it to the ropes, but I was not aware that there's rope break in a steel cage match. Wasn't aware of that, but okay. Samoa Joe has to let go because of the rope break, and now we got elbow strikes. From Samoa Joe to Moxley. Moxley with a boot to the face. Joe goes down.
The high boot, Joe
That's right, Andy. And the bird, the middle finger now being shown from Moxley to the fans. The fans who are booing Moxley out of the building right now. I don't know what has changed with Moxley. He looks so much better. I don't know if it's Marina Shafir, who I should give credit to, but he looks just great. He definitely in shape. He looks clean. He looks nice.
The enforcer, the bodyguard, so to speak, the keeper of the briefcase.
I agree. I mean, I was surprised to see the rub. I understand under special circumstances there can be rub breaks in a steel cage match, but yeah, I was surprised to see it happening right now. That's good, bro, man. That's good. Drinking does nobody any good anyways, right? That's good, James. That's great. James also says the reason he looks so much better because he's been clean for several years. He doesn't drink anymore, says Andy. That's amazing. That's great. You know, again, this should be a perfect example for people to try and follow. Like, this is what staying clean, staying off drinks, staying off addiction really does to you. And it's not just drinking. Drinking is terrible anyways. It does terrible stuff to your body and should not be encouraged. I think that we, especially in the West, it's a culture where drinking is encouraged, and shouldn't be the case. And I'm glad people are coming out about it, talking about it, and you know, there are examples like Moxley that right in front of your eyes, right? The days that he was drinking, the days that he's not. It's a perfect example. By the way, we've got Claudio coming out here with Utah. This is gonna be interesting. Look at that. But, you know, to what I was saying was that addiction of any kind is not good. So it's glad, you know, not easy to overcome them, but, you know, when you do, you can see the change in yourself. And I'm glad that, you know, Moxley's doing much better now. Wow, this is getting crazy, by the way, ringside. What is going on over here?
Decided inside the ring that there's no external factors, no external forces that can influence our main event tonight.
Lots of Scooby-Doo references here tonight, by the way. It's crazy because I see a fan sitting ringside also wearing a Scooby-Doo t-shirt. So, I'm sorry, that's not a Scooby-Doo. I'm sorry. That's not Scooby-Doo. That's Flintstones. He's wearing a Flintstones t-shirt. So, obviously, it's funny. But here we are, Moxley, finally normal now that Moxley is bleeding. It felt a little bit off. It felt a little bit weird when he wasn't bleeding. But now that he's bleeding, you know it's a normal, regular day. That's okay. Moxley bleeding, that's all right. And we got Andy saying Renee made him a better hubby. That's what I was thinking too. You know that she's a great partner, somebody you can rely on, depend on, because she's been with him through the dark days and through the good days, through the brightness and the darkness both. So the fact that he went through that period of darkness, but you know he overcame it, you know that Renee was there for him, and it's fantastic because not many people hold on, you know, to relationships when people go through such dark period. They don't understand, but Renee's got to be a real one for that.
But Moxley seemingly regaining the advantage here.
And during the break, fans, things get a little bit crowded ringside. We see members of the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, there's Will Nightingale, Powerhouse Hobbs, who came...
James, that would actually be terrible. Like, I don't know why you'd say that. I would not want the Young Bucks to interfere. Absolutely not. Oh, absolutely not. No, that should not happen. The Young Bucks should not be here. But here we are, by the way. Samoa Joe unleashing those elbow strikes. Poor Moxley. Look at that. His face has turned into crimson red right now. And now Joe once again with a crazy-ass chop to the chest. And Moxley with a poke to the eye. This guy is dazed. He's dizzy. But he's somehow climbing that steel cage. You can't do that, Moxley. Not in that shape right now. And Joe right behind him. There you go. Atomic drop, and Moxley is feeling the effects of it once again. Poor guy Moxley. He's got to be blinded by his own blood at this point, right? He's got to be blinded by the Crimson Mask, really. And Joe goes for the cover, but Moxley once again with the kick out. He kicks out. what a match it's been so far. What a great match, really. And we got Andy saying, still says, one of the best matches I've seen in person was when Joe wrestled Chris Daniels versus AJ Styles. I feel like it's crazy, Andy, that you've seen AJ Styles wrestle back in the day so many times, so many matches, and that too live. It's amazing because AJ has always been just so good, and the fact that you saw him wrestle Joe and Daniels is amazing. It's great. Thank you for the love, everybody. By the way, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the roses. Really appreciate that. Moxley, is he gonna tap out? There's no way. There's no way. I don't understand this. Why is there rope break happening here? And I don't know. I really don't know. Why do we have rope breaks? There should be not be rope breaks. Not in a steel cage match, especially when the DQ is off. Like, I do realize that somebody earlier threw in a steel chair, which obviously was taken out by the referee. But, if you don't have DQ here, but you've got rope breaks, that makes no sense. All right, Joe here, though, trying to put this to an end. But Moxley, oh, this crazy guy. What was he trying to do? Bite the nose of Samoa Joe? What the hell? And now a clothesline to Moxley. Yeah, it seems like he was trying to bite off his nose or something. This guy got off alcohol but will not get off blood. That's for certain. The elbow strikes now from Moxley to Joe. Joe with a boot to the face, but Moxley refuses. Oh! Crazy ass cutter from Moxley to Joe. Joe goes down hard. Moxley. Cover. Wow. Joe kicks out. This, by the way, we are going over time with this, guys. 4 minutes over time, and so good. I think Andy said it earlier that this match is definitely better. This show is better than Raw, and I have to say this is miles better than Raw, especially the main event. It's no match. It's no match. Not taking anything away from Roxanne and the ladies who performed at the main event of Raw, but this main event is no match. Not even Backlash. So good. Joe holds on.
The hips are up. Joe trying to emerge to a vertical base.
Joe to his feet sends Moxley into the ropes, into the midsection.
Wow. I thought that was going to be it, a paradigm shift, but Samoa Joe kicks out. That is crazy. That's crazy. I thought that was it. We got Ricky saying, AJ, be careful. Don't talk trash about my queen, Roxanne Perez. Stop. Okay, Ricky. All right. Okay, sorry about that. I'll take that back, Ricky. I'll take that back. Yeah, it was almost a 3, Andy. Almost a 3 right there, but Joe kicks out. Now we got Moxley getting Joe back up on his feet over here. Holy crap. Oh dear, come on now. It is Claudio trying to get into the cage here. But he stopped midway, that's good. Alright, Hobbs also trying to stop Yuta. Yuta was trying to climb the cage as well, but Hobbs stopping him in the way. But there's a lot of distraction happening, obviously. Ringside, Hobbs putting Yuta through the table right there across the barricade. But, in the ring, obviously, Samoa Joe is distracted by all the action taking place on the outside. DLR. But that gives this guy Moxley some time to recover, recoup, and get back at Joe here. Oh dear, come on! No way, Bryan Danielson. Sliding a briefcase into the ring over here. Come on, don't tell me that. Look, this is what doesn't sit well with me right now. So DQ is off, but rope break is on? That makes no sense. Moxley wins the match, but it makes no sense to me that we're in a steel cage. We're inside a steel cage. I'm sorry, I thought that was Bryan Danielson. I was wrong. I was so wrong. Okay. Wow. I am... Oh, come on. Poor guy Hobbs right there. There's no way. You gotta love this, though. This is the best work that Marina Shafir has ever done, probably, in wrestling, right? Just being a part of this faction is good for Marina, I've gotta say. Good for her. Yeah, it was hard to see Moxley not retaining the belt, right before Double or Nothing. Oh, come on now. James said that we were going to get the Young Bucks tonight, and there they are. Come on. The show was, off to a good end over here. I was like, all right, cool. What a great note we're ending the show on. But now we are here with these guys. Come on. Nobody asked for them, especially not me. Yeah, Andy. Andy says the old fart Bucks are here. True says the young cucks are here. Nobody likes them. Nobody does. And yet they keep showing up every time. I despise them so much. What's happening? Oh, Kenny is here. I think there are a few people that nobody can hate. Jamie Hayter, we said earlier, she's got to be a hater with no haters, right? And Kenny Omega, I guess, is another guy that I don't see anybody hating him. Like I can't imagine a wrestling fan hating on Kenny Omega. I mean, this guy is really the best wrestler today, or should I say, one of the best wrestlers today. I cannot despise or hate this guy ever. This guy's great. What are the Young Bucks trying to do here? Are they trying to lower the steel cage again? It makes sense. True says it's gonna be anarchy in the arena, Double or Nothing, or Blood and Guts. It seems like we're headed to Blood and Guts over here with this one. It seems like it. And some boots right there to Kenny Omega as well in that corner. It seems like we are building this up to Blood and Guts. That's the right way to do it as well. And double knee strike to Samoa Joe. He goes down as well. Definitely a Blood and Guts event. Yeah. Anarchy in the arena would be good, but Blood and Guts really would make sense here. Good point, True. Good point, Andy. Wait, is Swerve here? No way. No way. Am I on a tape delay or something? I haven't seen Swerve yet. Oh dear. Yeah. Holy crap. Swerve is here. And Prince Nana is here too. Okay, this is great. He's coming out here with a cup of coffee, too. You gotta love Prince Nana. How do you not love Prince Nana, right? How do you not love this guy? This is great. Man, and like Spider-Man. They're like Spider-Man, really. This guy climbs the steel cage with no problem whatsoever. And diving down on everybody right there as well. Everybody except for Marina. Good on Swerve. Wow. What an entrance. What an entrance. And the Young Bucks now trying to get this cage up. Yeah, I should probably start calling them Young Bucks as well. Swerve is great. Swerve is great. That was a great entrance, right? Great entrance. The way he climbed that steel cage and dived down from it with no fear, no hesitation, it tells you a lot about Swerve and the man that he is.
In this cage, I got my brains beat in by a steel chair and dropped on a damn cinder block. And you think my sadistic, psycho mind would never want to step foot back here again. But here the hell I am.
We remember seeing that. We remember that clearly. The steel cage, the cinder block, the staples. We remember all of that.
You think I fear anything?
You're right about that, Andy. Definitely leaving his team. As he should.
I am the most dangerous man here in AEW. And with you gentlemen and lady, and these gentlemen here and ladies standing here, I think we want to cause a little bit of anarchy.
Oh my goodness. True was right as always. You never doubt True. What he says happens. And anarchy in the arena is happening. You never second guess True's prediction, right? Never do that.
Anarchy in the arena!
Holy crap. You never second guess True. That's a fact. All right, so anarchy in the arena is happening. And of course, it's gonna be good. And Prince Nana, by the way, was still with the dance. The Prince Nana dance. Good stuff. Good stuff. Wow. So we end the show on a high note. Double or Nothing is going to be popping 1 week from this weekend. Double or Nothing. It's going to be good. What a show this was. You know, obviously I was hoping that Moxley, would drop the title. But I wasn't expecting for that to happen. Nonetheless, a great steel cage match. A chaotic end to the show, but anarchy in the arena has got me excited. I'm sure everybody is excited here. But one thing I'm taking away from this show tonight is that Swerve is I would say, every time I see him, he just keeps becoming a bigger and bigger star. But tonight when I saw Swerve, this guy was a superstar. His entrance, his aura, the way he speaks, the way he commands himself is fantastic. Swerve is a superstar. No questions asked. Somebody said earlier when he was signed to the contract, when he renewed his contract, with AEW, I think some wrestler, some legend said that, he was being overpaid. Absolutely not. Swerve is a star. And he's a self-made star. He's not here because of somebody doing him a favor or something. He's a self-made star. He believed in himself, and Toni believed in him, and it paid off. What a star. What a star. Thank you once again, Andy. Thank you, True. Thank you, Broman, my brother. Thanks, everybody. Ricky, my brother, James, all of you guys for being here tonight. Sammy, everybody who was here tonight. Thank you so much. I hope you all sleep well. And what a show it was. What a show this tonight AEW Beach Break was. I think it's going to get even better. Collision, I'd like to do, but obviously with the broadcasting and stuff over here with Collision, sometimes they air, but most of the times they don't air. I'm not sure how Collision's going to work out. Crockett Cup as well is happening this Saturday, so we'll have to see the broadcasting stuff for that too. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you updated what we're doing this Saturday. But, of course, I'm going to be seeing you this Friday night first for SmackDown. And I'll let you know if I'm going to be here Saturday for Crockett Cup as well as Collision. Once again, thank you so much. Sammy, my brother, thank you. Have a good night, brother. Thank you for being here. Everybody, Broman, Andy, Sammy, True, James, all of you guys who were here tonight, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for the love. All of you guys who were here chatting, and for those of you who were silent, but who were watching, who were listening, thank you for being here as well. Hit the like, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, because we're going to be here Friday, and the fun is going to continue. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Andy, totally agree with that. Much better than Backlash, also better than Raw. Thank you. Thank you. James, much love. True, much love. Much love to all of you. Ricky, Andy, David, all of you. Sammy, take care. I will see you Friday for SmackDown. Much love, guys. Good night. Take care. See ya. Peace.